baseball you like, Dick?
How dare you ever, Bereshnikov?
That's right. He'll never be one of those, but he gets it done. Look at that. He's on the floor, really hustling.
Reminds me a lot of Kenny Denard. He's a floor player. He's out there hustling all the time.
Steve Wade committed the foul. And at the line, Rodney McRae. 7 points from McRae, and that's Louisville's biggest lead at 33-27.
He has an unusual motion. Gets his legs going before the ball's ready to go. Al, you showed him how to shoot earlier today. Hey, he took the lesson well.
34-27 with 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first half. Arnold around Berkman. He almost had another steal.
Smart play by Boyle. Bring it back out.
Kraft-Sisson in the post. Scores. Good power move by Steve Kraft-Sisson.
Nice move by him.
2 minutes remaining in the half. Eves from 20. Way off the mark. Wright comes out with the ball for Louisville.
We haven't mentioned it, but Darrell Griffiths, of course, out of the game right now. Louisville playing the zone defense. First time they played it when it wasn't an out-of-bounds situation. 1-3-1 with Waite on the baseline. And Denny says, hey, come on out. We're not playing against that zone with the lead.
This is play number 4.
Lucky move for Louisville to be able to rest Darrell. He had the hot hand. They put him down, but the club showed last week they can play without him.
Kevin Boyle back the other way with a big nope. He misses. Boy, Iowa shooting in tough luck.
They're going to go for one shot, Dick. They're not going to play against this zone. You can bet on it.
Well, I think they'll pull him out of the zone. Then they'll go into offense.
Here they are. They're going for one shot.
They're sitting on one of your plateaus, aren't they, Al? If they should score a bucket before the half, we're in the final minute now, that would be a 7-point lead. That's a significant number.
That'd be a big lead going in, but they'll create play. They'll go up and down the court a few more times here. Iowa's going to have to come out and play man-to-man. Look for the ball to get to Derek Smith, posting up.
Now, Lute Olson hasn't put him in a man-to-man lineup yet. We can watch Kraft-Sisson. When he assumes the man, then they'll be back in the man-to-man. But he's not taking a man. He's staying in the zone.
Well, Iowa's a second-half club. They've been burning them up in the second half all through the NCAA.
Denny Crum, 42 years of age. He graduated from UCLA in 1958. He'd like to get a chance to beat possibly UCLA. He wants his team to go for the final shot. He has his star, Darrell Griffith, on the bench. Ronnie Lester with an injury on the Iowa bench. And here comes the final attempt by Louisville.
Look for Pancho Wright with his jumper, too.
Jerry Eves. Berkman gets the rebound. Pancho Wright. And that's the end of the first half.
Thought he got fouled.
There's a lot of pushing and shoving underneath there.
Louisville goes to the locker room with a 5-point lead and an angry coach who thought he should have a man at the free throw line. And how badly injured is Ronnie Lester. At the intermission, Cardinals 34, the Hawkeyes 29. We now return you to our studios for this message. Arena jammed with more than 16,000 fans. We've seen the first half, and Louisville leads by 5. Gentlemen, here are the official statistics.
Well, obviously, the shooting percentage by Iowa way down, 12 for 33, 36%. And what's interesting there, Dick, is Louisville normally allows opponents to shoot over 50%, so you can see the shooting way, way off. Rebounding also 22-12, and that's something that I'm sure Iowa in the second half is going to pound the boards. The key to the second half, Dick, where's Ronnie Lester?
Ronnie Lester apparently tried to warm up, could not. It does not look as if he's going to play the rest of the way. What a tough break for Iowa. Griffith, a great first half, as the All-American players are wont to do in the big ones. And Ronnie Lester was a perfect 4 for 4 from the floor and 2 for 2 from the line when he left the game with that knee injury.
Let's remember that Iowa is a second-half team. They've done it all the way with the NCAA in the second half.
And they've won games without Ronnie Lester. So this is a competitive ball club that's used to playing without him at times.
And they get the tip and control the ball to start this second half. We introduce the players for you. Kenny Arnold, number 30 now. He's the sophomore. We'll run the show. Wade, Kraft-Sisson, Boyle, and Brookins. That's Brookins with the ball now. Inside to Wade. Boyle knocked out of bounds to Iowa. Darrell Griffith, 35, back in the game. He was rested the last few minutes of the first half by Denny Crum.
Well, this is a big team in the game right now for Iowa. Two big 6'10 plus guys, plus Boyle, who plays big, and so does Brookins. So Arnold, the only guy without the big size in there.
And Louisville in his own defense. Waite dumps it off to Boyle. He was 0 for 7 in the first half, and he walks on that possession.
Wiley Brown created that walk. He came at him, and he just shuffled his feet.
Here we are, the start of the second half, where Darrell Griffith really likes to take over. He's got Boyle on him. Let's see if he takes to the offensive. Really tries to get the shot off early.
Here he comes around the pick.
Jerry Eaves with a drive. Blocked nicely by Craftsison. And tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Louisville.
Well, I thought that was a goaltended play inside on the way down.
It remains 34-29 Louisville. UCLA Purdue in the second game today. And at halftime, we'll introduce our NBC all-freshman team. Ooh, Arnold almost with both hands of the ball.
Iowa needs the first basket. It's big.
Wiley Brown, Wiley defense.
Wiley pointing in the opposite direction. Oh, he's a good kid. Great attitude. Here we see going the other way.
This one, Lester got hurt. I say he got hurt right there, and they bumped into his knee before he went down on the ground.
It looks like when he planted it, Al, it just gave away. Of course, he's had trouble with it all along. It's never been strong. He's not even on the bench now.
Well, what a heartbroken moment it must be for him to work so hard to get his team here. Missed by Brookins, missed by Craftsison, and back out as Brookins saved it. And the Iowa Hawkeyes will have another chance. Neither team has scored the first minute and a half of this second half. Inside to Craftsison. He scores, and he is fouled. Foul on McRae. The 1980 NCAA Basketball Championship program is a memento you'll treasure. Exclusive information on the Final Four, tournament records, plenty of photos and features included in this collector's issue. So to check your money orders for $4, the NCAA program, box 1980, Lexington, Kentucky, 40593. Preceding announcement was furnished by the NCAA.
You always talk about getting the Final Four with a big man. And Louisville really doesn't even have a true center in the ball game, but Brown and McRae can play so well in there. There he goes.
Darrell Griffith, his first shot of the second half, just like most of those he gunned the first half, and he forces the turnover as it goes off Kevin Boyle.
Boy, they're so quick. Lute Olson didn't like the call. What he also doesn't like, with Boyle in the backcourt, they're really not prepared to get the ball up against the press.
Griffith with 20 points to lead all scorers. Going for 22. Got it.
Boom, it looks like he's putting the lights out.
You know, he not only goes up, he very seldom goes up straight. He has the ability to glide and still have the jump shot on schedule.
He still moves the ball from the left to the right while he's in the air.
Denny Crum, whose pleasure has been to coach Darrell Griffith, who was a high school star in Louisville, male high school.
We may catch, before this game is over, Darrell going up for one of those jump shots and show how he glides from side to side, getting the shot off.
Brookins cut off by Smith. Craftsison fouled. Darrell Griffith, his first foul of the game. Griffith has had some problems in the tournament with fouls. For those of you with us on NBC in the overtime game against Kansas State, he fouled out with the game tied. His teammate Tony Branch, who had scored rarely all season long, made a leaning leaper, 15-footer, and at the buzzer.
Try that one again.
Louisville, I don't know.
Leaning leaper.
You sound like me.
Help me out. Help me.
Never.
Oh, doctor, am I glad when you make a mistake?
Lena, that's what I was trying to say.
You know, Darrell got in trouble in the LSU game on fouls just last week.
That's right. He had 3 fouls early in that game. But he's committed only 1 today, and Louisville's lead is 4. We played a bit more than 2 minutes of the second half. Almost turned over as Griffith had trouble.
But Boyle is intense to try to slow this guy down.
Inside to Smith. Brookins has him on the man-to-man.
Look at Boyle. He's trying to prevent Darrell Griffith from getting the ball, which is the key to good defense.
Wiley Brown has Steve Waite defensively.
That is very close to a 5 count.
McRae banks it home. Rodney McRae, 10 points for him.
We've been talking about Lester's injury. How about this Louisville club not having a guy like Scooter McRae, who was going to be certainly one of their key basketball players? He hadn't played all year.
Almost stolen. A foul is on Wiley Brown, 14 41. Just to explain to those folks who were not familiar, Billy, Shooter McRae, a brilliant freshman last year, a sophomore, injured in the third game, knee surgery and out for the season. So he'll be a sophomore along with his brother Rodney next year on Louisville's team. They're going to be tough again.
For you coaches at home, there's an important thing that's happened right now. Louisville has just picked up their 4th foul. There are no fouls in Iowa. It's a very important statistic.
Good point, Al. Brookins, 16-footer.
Boy, he cannot hit it.
And a foul on Boyle over the shoulder for Iowa. That is the Hawkeyes' first foul and the first on Boyle. Say it's an all-new Saturday night on NBC. First BJ in a new time period. Then will Fred make it to the altar on Sanford? Good to have Red Fox back on NBC. Followed by the premiere of Me and Mac and Primetime Saturday. That's all tonight on NBC.
Just got a report from Ronnie Lester. They have ice on the knee. He doesn't think he can come back to play, and he said he first felt the pain when he was laying on the floor.
Boyle took it away from Griffith. 40-34. Iowa trails Louisville. 3.5 minutes into the second half.
Boyle has great hands. Norm Sloan from North Carolina State called him the Bionic Man.
Inside to Waite. Tough angle and Waite. Cuts Louisville's lead to 4. 7 points for Steve Waite.
What we're seeing now, Dick, is Iowa's going inside to the 2 big men that they have going over the Louisville big men.
Griffith and McRae missed. And Iowa gets the ball. Vince Brookins. Oh, he's angry.
What's happening now, where the Leafs of Louisville are getting tired, where the strong rebounders from Iowa are coming on stronger.
And those Iowa fans are on their feet. Kenny Arnold cuts the lead to 2.
Look at Boyle. He's just trying to keep the ball away from Darrell Griffith.
Inside to Griffith.
Griffith's going upstairs.
Over Boyle.
I knew he was going upstairs that time.
It takes a guy with great defensive intensity not to get frustrated when a man's making shots like that. Boyle's got that type of attitude.
The only way you can play Griffith is before he gets the ball. After he gets the ball, you pray.
Now Griffith and Mark Aguirre. And a nice drive by Kenny Arnold. I'm about to say that Aguirre and Griffith have been battling for Player of the Year honors. Each has been named by various services. And Griffith trying to punctuate a great season with his effort here today. Louisville by 2. Brown.
Not a good shot.
Derek Smith almost tipped it in, gets it back, and he is fouled by Crafterson.
Derek Smith's got to get going, and he's due.
Well, even the great ones have an embarrassing moment.
Well, there we talk about the intensity. Excellent play by Ball. Puts his hands right up, takes the ball. Normally, when you come over the top like that, you get a foul called on you, but he had the ball all the way.
At the line, sophomore Derek Smith from 20 Metro Conference. He's only 18 years old. He'll graduate from college before he's 21.
Excuse me, Dick, but someone told me he's 17 years of age. That can't be right.
He's 18 now, just turned 18.
There, Boyle just got a little rest. Lute Olson realizing he can't keep up that intensity he had. Hansen's back in the game. He'll probably pick up Darrell Griffith at the other end of the floor.
Smith finished high school at 16. You see it from high in the rafters here at Market Square Arena.
Let's see if he nets this one.
44-40 the score. Louisville by 4, and we have a timeout. 15 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the game. Iowa, without its star Ronnie Lester, trails the Darrell Griffith-led Cardinals by 4. Everyone who has a ducket is mighty happy to be here in Indianapolis today.
You know the circle around the foul line? That's the three-point area for the Pro Bowl. NBA, if you shoot a basket from outside there, you get 3 points. It came originally from the old ABA before they merged with the NBA.
And you know how
to shoot him, didn't you?
I had to drop kick him in from there.
You know how long it took Harry Coyle to convince a guy to go up there to take that picture this morning?
He left yesterday to get there.
Vince Brookins for Iowa. A little too low in the trajectory. Griffith with a rebound. Louisville 44, Iowa 40. 15 minutes left in this one. Wiley Brown jumps it off, and a foul is going to be on Brown of Louisville, I believe. Yes.
Now, with Boyle out of the ball game, I'm surprised after that timeout that Louisville didn't say, look, it's Kenny Arnold back on Griff. Get the ball to Griffith, let him shoot over him as he was in the beginning of the game. Boyle's getting a rest, Griffith's not getting the ball.
Wiley Brown goes out with 3 personal fouls, and Poncho Wright, 44, returns to the Louisville lineup.
A guy over 6'7",
they don't play that way. They
That's
play
right.
much bigger. They all play about 6'10".
Darrell Griffith is no 6'3".
Still the man-to-man defense.
Arnold with Griffith. Nice move by Arnold.
Oh, how about that move?
Rodney McRae with a block. Griffith the other way. What a pass to Berkman, and he is fouled. Darrell Griffith showing the all-around prowess of this athlete for Louisville.
Well, he gave us a little bit of Hollywood that time.
You know what was great about this play, being right here on the floor, as soon as he crossed half court, we'll see Rodney McRae now put this one away. See you later. Now, Darrell gets it. As soon as he got the ball here, you could feel the crowd from Louisville saying, oh, what's he going to do? You know, and they just assumed that he was going to come up with a great player, which he did. Into Berkman.
And Roger Berkman gets the first free throw. That's his third point of the game, and Louisville opens a 5-point lead.
It's a set play, Al. They're setting the screen for Arnold just as they would for left.
That's when Ronnie kicked the ball out when Arnold took the shot.
Berkman gives Louisville a 6-point advantage with 14.5 minutes left.
Big time of the game right here, fans. This is a key basket. Iowa needs it.
Inside, McRae is to Berkman.
You know, Louisville doesn't
Need a timeout now. They got to call it, Billy. Timeout. They got it.
Timeout is the call. Roger Berkman set up first by Griffith and then by Rodney McRae, and Louisville enjoys its largest lead. 14 minutes, 10 seconds left. The Metro Conference champions, Louisville 48, Iowa the Big Ten 40. Tomorrow. 48-40 to score. Louisville over Iowa. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Pressure on Boyle in the backcourt. And Arnold brings it in.
But Boyle really has trouble against the press when he has to go in the back court as the secondary ball handler.
Crafts and scores! What a play by the big guy, and he's fouled by McRae.
Now, it's a technical foul the way Smith hit the backboard that time. Let's catch it.
If the shot goes in, he's all right. But if the shot didn't go in and he created that backboard to vibrate, it should count anyhow. Watch him make the wheel. Now, here's what he banged the board. If the shot didn't go in, that shot should have counted anyway. Here we see the man-to-man. Kraftsisson really making some nice power moves inside. I asked him the other day, Dick, if any of the kids from North Carolina, where he used to go to school, had talked to him about this. He said no, but he got a nice telegram from Dean Smith.
You know, he played against me in my final game.
That's right.
He was on that North Carolina team that Marquette beat in the 1977 championships at Atlanta's Omni.
Al probably didn't pronounce his name right in that game either.
I'm not saying his name. I say it's Kraftsisson. When I can't pronounce his name, I don't say it. I call him Steve. The big white kid out there.
Let's not get into that.
Louisville with 13 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this first game, the NCAA semifinals.
Nice patience by Louisville now.
Derek Smith. Oh, Brookins defense, and a foul is called on Brookins.
Good offensive move by Smith that time. His feet almost touched the ground. He just threw the ball up.
Let's see what Brookins did wrong.
Well, that was a triple pump. He got up in the air and didn't know what to do. Watch this right here.
Watch his feet coming down. He had to get it up. He just got it off.
There was no contact.
I agree, Dick.
Look,
how about this? What do you think this fella thinks? Lute Olson.
When I coached against him at Long Beach, he didn't have all that gray hair. I think the Big Ten does that to you. The Big Ten is a fans' league, not a coaches' league.
Derek Smith.
They got some pretty good coaches there. You better explain yourself.
Well, I'm saying that it's tough on the coaches. It's great for the fans.
I think any league's tough on the coaches, but they probably have some that can take it as well and give it as well as anybody around.
And Lute Olson yesterday mentioned Johnny Orr, Bobby Knight, Lee Rose, and the competition just among coaches in this tough Big Ten conference.
There's Berkman's charge.
Berkman will take 2 of those a game.
That's right. What happened to Steve Waite? He lost concentration away from the ball. Berkman, and if you play against Louisville, Al, you've pointed it out many times, you better be prepared. He's going to step in and draw the charge. And he did it right there in the open court area.
Well, Berkman's flop foul costs Iowa.
Uh-oh, Boyle better be careful. Too over-aggressive.
Darrell Griffith off by Boyle. Berkman into Griffith. And a foul on, is it Kraftsisson or Waite?
That was a close call foul there. Could have went either way. They could have called Griff for charging into him.
Darrell felt that tremendous pressure that Boyle was trying to put on, so he didn't hesitate a second to take it in there and draw that foul.
Well, Griffith at the line. He has 24 points in the game. Here's a man who learned how to dunk with his spectacular dunks when he was 10 years old. They said back in his Louisville area, they had a basket on the garage, and the young kids used to run, jump against the garage to vault themselves up, and he learned how to dunk. About 9 feet high was the rim in those days for him. That's how he learned those incredible dunks.
When he graduated from Male High School in Louisville, they offered him a pro contract.
7 minutes gone. 8-point lead. There's another turnover. Berkman with the ball.
To Griffith, that was a great catch. The ball was tipped by the defensive player, and his hand reaction is so good, he still made the catch.
Made it look easy. I don't think many people even noticed it. Pancho right, and that is Louisville's biggest lead at 10.
And Dick, had Darrell Griffith not made that catch, the ball would have been out of bounds, Iowa's ball. You never know how big a play something like that can be.
For the first time, a team leads in double figures. Cardinals 53, the Hawkeyes 43.
Iowa got to suck it in now.
Brookins connects.
Big basket, Brookins. Out of sight, that shot. Kept him right in the ball game.
That's a mark of a well-coached team, too. Instead of getting rattled, they went right to their offense.
6 points for Brookins. Darrell Griffith and Berkman outside for Louisville. Smith and Pancho Wright are the forwards. McRae in the post.
This is good patience by Louisville. They're not forcing anything in there, and yet they're not holding the ball either, so it makes the defense really work.
I think you'll see Griffith now come around a double stick.
He's looking for a high lob.
Here you go. All she wrote.
Oh, what a fake. Oh, my. Darrell Griffith, a little clinic in Indianapolis.
But don't forget Georgetown last week. They were leading by 14 points, and Iowa come back.
Right, 14 points in the second half, Georgetown's lead.
See, they're going to that double low post down inside, trying to force the ball in, and they're getting it pretty well.
Berkman.
A good call. They caught Berkman that time. He stepped in too soon.
Okay, we're going to see that play before, Dick, and you really have to appreciate that play. Now watch the ball. Tipped just slightly by the defensive player and Griff, just like we mentioned Joe DiMaggio before, but any of the super athletes have that ability.
Eddie McCallum.
Hey, how about the coverage, though? Our guys getting a play like that seems so incidental. Great work in there. George Ringel, our producer, Harry Coyle, our director, executive producer, Don Holmeyer. Pleased to join us here in Indianapolis. Brookins has his 7th point, and Louisville's lead is at 9, 55-46.
Yeah, he's starting to come out in front, this kid. He's a thoroughbred. He has a big heart.
In fact, he's lucky to have one. He was stabbed when he was a sophomore in high school in the heart. Required open heart surgery. He's had his collarbone broken, his shoulder broken, 2 broken hands. He had 2 thighs broken and a hip in an auto accident. He's still playing.
He has more injuries than Audie Murphy. Oh, God, leave me alone, you two.
There you saw Pancho Wright dishing on inside. Al, I got to get you back to the game again. Lean up here.
Okay.
Vince Brookins, he is a tough cook. He had 10 stitches in his lip this year. He just rubbed that off. That isn't even enough to make you leave the game.
Survived an airplane crash.
That's just 5 weeks ago. Tony McAndrews on the bench. Just more than fortunate to be alive.
See, Iowa went to the out-of-bounds situation in the zone. Denny Crum pulled him right out. And, of course, at this point in the game, Rudolph says we can't afford to be back in the zone.
Kenny Arnold forces the jump ball with Berkman. Berkman will have 2 inches advantage.
Dick, both teams are in a 1-1 now, so any foul now for the rest of the game, if we go to overtime, will be 1-1. We got a lot of time left, 10 minutes and 29 seconds, and there's an 8-point spread.
Oh, Berkman got off his feet pretty well.
He can take that ball.
Right, the ball touched.
Stolen nicely and a foul. Hansen made the play. Bob Hansen, and Berkman committed the foul, his 3rd. Denny Crum talking with his star defensive player.
Fellas, if we can never go back to that jump ball, that'd be interesting. Watch this. When the ball hit the floor, it's eligible for anybody. Had the ball not touched the floor, then the only people that had touched that ball were the two jumpers, and a jumper cannot gain possession.
I knew that in grammar school.
You knew that he could get it, but you didn't know why. At the line, Iowa has been perfect today. Jack Neely, our statistician, 11 out of 11 for the Hawkeyes. Make that a dozen in a row, and that's kept them in the game.
Well, this kid, Bob Hansen, played with Dowling High School that won the state championship last year.
6'5" from Des Moines. And he makes it 13 straight for the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Good pressure.
Within 6.
Good pressure.
Griffith. Spin move. And it's stolen. Trefsison has it. Here come the Hawkeyes. They can pull within 4.
Lester has not come out to the bench in the second half, but they're playing great without him.
Arnold drives the alley, and it's Iowa's turn to cheer.
Louisville needs a timeout, Dick.
They're taking it.
9 minutes and 50 seconds remain. Timeout. Iowa, scratching back, has scored 6 unanswered points. Louisville's 10-point lead has shrunk to 4.
Hey, you're not playing bad. You're 14 down. Just keep playing. Don't quit on me, and we can win this ball game. And it looks like we might be having the same thing right now happening.
Olson, who loves ice cream, he says, I'll go for that pralines and cream if I win the national championship. His team is within 4. Louisville 55, Iowa 51. 9:40 left. Griffith again off the glass.
And now Hansen's on him. That's the thing. He only has 1 foul, I believe, on him, Dick, right? He got the rest at halftime, so he's a refreshed ball player, and he only has 1 foul on him. So he's really tough to handle at this stage in the game. Maybe the difference in this entire championship.
All right, in the first half, he sat about 2.5 minutes.
Griffith now has 29 points to lead all scorers. Vince Brookins.
You know it's
7:53.
You know his shot is higher now, Dick.
All right, now here's a call. This call right here is going to be called a block on Brookins. And what happened is when he's caught the ball, he hadn't yet come down. He had no opportunity to go ahead and set himself to dribble up court. I think an excellent call right here. Here he comes. Never had an opportunity. Brookins took his position before he ever had a chance. Watch this. Well, see, just as he was coming down, he has to be given the opportunity to touch the floor. That's when the call. Excellent officiating call.
Now, Jerry Eaves, the sophomore from Ballard High School in Louisville at the line. He has only 2 points today. 58-53, Louisville.
I wonder if Tony Branch over there is just relaxing until he's called on for the designated foul shot out. Got his feet folded, just relaxing.
Jerry Eaves, an honor roll student. He's the youngest of 7 children.
Louisville keeping up their defensive pressure, full court. Hey, they're going back in his zone.
Yep.
Back in his zone, first time.
9 minutes left. Hansen from the side. Hansen gets it back. Good hustle.
I think they're trying to protect Wiley Brown.
I think also they're just trying to throw Iowa off guard a little bit. They played that real good double low post offense, and we're getting good shots.
Kenny Arnold hits it. And it's 60-55. Make that 59-55.
Kenny Arnold, the kids call him Double Bubble.
That's because of his backside. It is.
Boy, did you see Greff again? Goes up in the air and just glided across the lane on that play. Boy, these are winning kids. You know that they're playing so hard. No matter what the score is, they're still hanging in there. That's what you expect in the Final Four.
Derek Smith. Great pass to McRae as Trefsison came out. McRae cut through for the easy 2.
It's a pro pass.
12 points.
You're looking at that back line, a freshman and 2 sophomores by Louisville, and they're playing like veterans out there.
Brookins. Hansen tried to tip. McRae controls. And now it's Darrell Griffith. His Griffith.
And that all-freshman team, you get Rodney McRae gets to the Final Four. Doing a solid job in there.
We'll have that announcement between games of our doubleheader of our all-freshman team. Griffith inside his 4, and he was fouled.
He can change direction so easy. He can pull up on the dime. He's just unbelievable.
Watch how he slides across the lane. Once he leaves the floor, there he is. Look at him sliding. Looks like he can change gears up in the air somehow.
He is the bird of the 1980 NCAA tournament.
Actually, he got fouled right there by Hansen. But watch this. He's going to glide across the lane. Starts out on one side of the lane.